last year, I was able to go to my dream school in Redding, California. This was during the thick of the pandemic and it was financially impossible for me to go. But God told me that He would provide every single thing that I would need for this year, and He did. During my second week there, I contracted COVID-19 and I was asked to leave the accommodation I was staying in overnight. I had no place to go and I knew no one there. Instantly, I felt hopeless and abandoned. My parents and I were trying to figure out any solution that would work, but nothing worked out for me. I felt the weight of the world on my shoulders. All that I could occur in that moment is, God, you are good. And I started declaring God's goodness over my circumstances. The next day morning, through a friend, I got connected to a family who was willing to host me, even though I was positive. In a time where people did not want to come near you if you had COVID, this family came all the way, picked me up, and let me quarantine in their house with no charge. But even then, I did not find housing until a very long time. I moved 6 times within a span of 3 months until I could find something permanent. It tested every ounce of my faith, and oftentimes I didn't know where I was sleeping the next day. But God provided every single time, and He proved Himself faithful. My time in Redding was not a bed of roses. It was filled with ups and downs, and I often felt like I was pushed out of my comfort zone. But God used that to grow me as a person in all areas of my life. As I graduated first year, I felt confident knowing that I was building personal history with God, and I felt a push to apply for second year. Once again, it was financially impossible for me to go, but I chose to trust God and held on to Ephesians 3:20. I also chose to publicly fundraise on social media, which in itself was a huge step of faith for me. But because of that, finances came through. But 1 week before my deadline, I still had a large sum of money to pay and I had no means to pay it. And I felt discouraged and frustrated. But the Holy Spirit reminded me that I serve the God of the impossible. And because of that, impossibility had no authority over me. I chose to believe that, and that Sunday evening, my tuition was completely paid off. My tickets were completely paid off, and I had another fee that I had to pay, which was also taken care of. I would like to thank my pastors, Pastor Scott and Melody, my parents, and the community at Sisters for championing my faith. I'm Amy Ganta, and this is my story of hope.